Brand new side hustles for 2022. Yo, it's your boy Jay, also known as JVSOP, also known as I'm Broke Baby, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be looking at brand new side hustles that you can start in 2022. So this video is a bit different. Normally with side hustles, I do ones that I've tried and tested, and I show you guys, what is good with it, what's the downfalls, what's the best way to do it. However, 2022, I'm going to try to get ahead of the curve, and I've looked at trends from the end of 2021 and what I think is going to be big in 2022, and we're going to look at side hustles around them sort of industries, them sort of trending topics that you can capitalize and be one of the first people to get into it. So 2021 has been a record-breaking year for a lot of industries. You've got things like crypto, NFTs, metaverse, just for that side of the investing things. Also, you've had a lot of highs in the stock market. Stocks like Tesla have gone through the roof. So there's a lot of growth in 2021 that I think is going to continue into 2022. Social media platforms like TikTok, Instagram, YouTube have all, changed their strategy in 2021 for short form content, and that's going to continue for 2022 as well. So I think there's a lot of side hustles that can complement these platforms and the growth that they're having, and there's a lot of money to be made still. So we're going to be looking at some creative ways of making money in 2022 from these emerging new industries. So first off, we're going to be looking at NFTs, side hustles around NFTs. Don't worry if you don't know anything about NFTs. You don't really need to make money off it. You don't actually need to know anything. I'm not going to give you a breakdown of what an NFT is and how to invest in them and how to flip them. This is going to be just a side hustle that anyone can start if you got these skills, not necessarily digital skills. It can be physical skills as well. Okay, so if you know anything about NFTs, or even if you've just been watching the news, you would have seen they're all over the place. Everyone seems to have an NFT nowadays. Artists are making NFTs with their albums. Everyone is making an NFT. So with that, there's a need for designers. So first side hustle, if you have any decent digital design skills, animation, maybe CAD skills even, look into creating bespoke NFT art for people who want it. There's already people doing this. I've had a look on Fiverr. There's a decent amount of people, still not too much. There's a couple people who've already sold hundreds of them. The market is just getting bigger and bigger, especially in 2022. So if you can, create a product, a service where you can design NFTs for people in your spare time, that is definitely going to be a very good, lucrative side hustle for 2022. People are charging, hundreds of pounds to create NFTs. On the lower end, people are charging about 50 to 80 pounds to create a simple, one dimension NFT. Again, there's people doing it already. However, you have a chance to take it to the next level or to get in while it's still early. If you only think of doing this as a side hustle and you're not trying to scale it, it's still very, very early to get in on this side hustle. I'd say probably only this year people have started to sell their services to create custom NFTs. So staying on the topic of NFTs, as you probably already aware, NFT is a digital product. It's not a physical product. It's not a physical piece of art. However, people are starting to turn their NFTs into physical pieces of art. I've seen loads of people who have an NFT, they might have purchased an expensive NFT. It might have been £100,000. It might have been £1,000. £1,000 is still a lot of money to pay for NFT, and people want to show it off. People want to show off that they are into this new niche and they have, the asset there. However, of course, it's on the blockchain, it's on your phone, it's on your computer. You can't show that all the time. So what are people doing? They're starting to reach out to clothing designers, they're starting to reach out to customizers and getting their NFT art put on physical products. So if you are already into, say, sneaker customization, clothing customization, anything like that, you have the skills to do that. In 2022, there will be a bigger market to do this NFT art on a larger scale. So For example, you're a sneaker customizer. You normally, do custom designs for people. You can create your own service on your website, Fiverr, something like that, or even just reach out to people in their DMs and say, I see you're into NFTs. I have a service where I will turn your NFT into a custom sneaker. I'm charging £150 for the service, whatever your price is. Let them know your price and people will be willing to pay. Not to stereotype everyone who's into NFTs, but chances are if someone owns a £50,000 NFT, they will be willing to spend £200-300 to get that NFT painted onto a pair of shoes, onto a leather jacket, onto something like that, onto a hat even. As long as your skills are up to their standard, they'll be willing to pay. So create a service, create a product where you can offer this to people so it's simple and easy. If you can communicate it to them and let them know it's a simple process, people pay for the convenience. They don't want to be trawling through Fiverr or EST or whatever it's called, ESTY, to find someone to do it and having to hassle back and forth with them. If you have the product there already, they will pay. So again, NFTs, you don't even have to be able to do digital art to get into NFTs. If you're a physical artist, if you're a customizer, something like that, you can get into the NFT space with this side hustle. So moving away from NFTs and onto social media, a big trend that has been emerging in the later quarter of 2021 on social media is live stream shopping. Live stream shopping has been big on TikTok, and there's other platforms that are looking to replicate this. I don't know if it's going to stay for the whole of 2022. I have my doubts on it. However, especially for the first, quarter, maybe half of 2022, there's going to be a lot of companies looking to invest in live stream shopping, and there's a lot of money in live stream shopping at the moment. Personally, I've been offered, money from different companies to get on board with their live stream shopping. However, if you're not an influencer, you haven't got a store, anything like that, you can still capitalize. And I'm going to tell you a side hustle, a simple side hustle that you can start and create. I don't think there's anyone doing this at the moment. So this is will be brand new. It's not tested yet, but I think there is going to be a demand out there for this side hustle. So if you haven't seen live stream shopping already, you'll be on your phone on TikTok Live, probably Instagram Live soon, and it'll be a store or a person who's promoting products. And what they normally do, they'll have a little home setup like I've got here now, a green screen in the background, and then they'll have graphics on the green screen. If they've got a better setup, they might have the physical products around them. However, as more people get into this live stream shopping, people are going to be doing it on a budget. Companies will have a budget to do this. If you can create graphics to go on the green screen, customized graphics for that shop, they will pay you to do it. So for example, imagine I've got my store, Sold Souls. I have no idea on how to, do live stream shopping. Of course I do, but I'm just example in it. I don't have any idea to how to do live stream shopping. You reach out to me and say, I see you've been getting into live stream shopping. However, your background is not looking as good as the other people I've seen. What I can do, I can create you a custom background with your products in it. However often you sell on the live stream, we can do a deal. We can create a package where I create you 10 graphics a week. I put your product of the day in it. I can make a dynamic background where the products change. You can customize it to whatever level they want and say, okay, for that I'm going to charge you £100 a week. I'm going to charge you £5 per graphic. I'm going to charge you £3 per graphic. Whatever your budget is, whatever skill level you are with graphic design, you don't even need to be a high skill level to do it. You can do it on something like Canva. You could be 16, you could be 50, depending on how intricate the designs are. You don't need much equipment to do it. You can do it on your phone. It's all about communicating with the customer. So creating custom graphics for live stream shopping, I think, is going to be a good side hustle to get into in 2022. Again, I don't know how long the live stream trend is going to last for, but there's definitely some money to be made. Maybe you won't try this side hustle. Maybe you'll hear me talking about the money that's in live stream shopping and you're going to come up with your own side hustle. I think, however, this will be a good side hustle. You literally just need your phone or your laptop, no money invested, and you can start making money every week. Build up a few clients, people might recommend you, and there you go. You've got your own little side hustle where you're making X amount of money a month. So another big trend of 2021 was podcasting, and I think this is going to continue into 2022. Over 900,000 people uploaded podcasts just to Apple Music. So imagine over all the platforms how many people uploaded podcasts. With this many people, there obviously is money involved. People have money to spend, companies have money to spend on podcasts, and there is side hustles to be made, to be created around the podcast industry. So what side hustles do I think around podcasts will be good in 2022? So this one requires a bit more skill. If you have any decent camera skills, if you are an audio engineer, if you're a videographer, you can actually charge your time, your services to record, create, edit podcasts. So, for example, some studios will have their own equipment, some studios won't have their own equipment. So people go to a studio and only half the service is there. So they might need a videographer, or they might need maybe just one person to operate the cameras. The cameras might already be there. Maybe there's no engineer there. Maybe they need a sound engineer. So you can actually offer services like that to people who are recording podcasts. Of course, you need them skills already. However, it could be a good little side hustle for you in your spare time if you already have a full-time job. To pick up some extra gigs along the way. So that's one side hustle to come out of podcasting. So another side hustle around podcasts is, equipment hire. If you have the money to invest in equipment, you can actually hire it out to people who have their own podcast. They might be starting, they might not have the money for equipment, or sometimes it's just more efficient for people to hire the equipment rather to buy it themselves. So say, for example, you might have a big podcast from the US, from Europe, and they flow over to London to film an episode with someone special. Instead of them flying out their own cameraman with all the equipment, think about how much that's going to cost to put him up in a hotel and to bring all the equipment. It might cost £700-800, up to £1,000 just for one episode. It will be cheaper for them to hire you, who already has the equipment, you have the engineer there already. It's cheaper for them to pay you £600 than to pay their cameraman £800 with all these expenses to come over. So there is definitely services that you can offer podcasts. Obviously, you're gonna have to do your own research. Don't just take my 10-minute YouTube video. If this is something you're serious about, personally, I think there is a load of money in podcasts. There's so much podcasts that are thriving, not just being made. There's podcasts that are being made and thriving and getting millions and millions of listens a year. So there's definitely money in this industry. Do your own research, do your due diligence, and you'll find, there could be money for you in a niche that you're already good in. If you're already a videographer, this can be something that you can easily lend your talents to. So again, podcasting 2022, I think, is going to be a big side hustle for you guys. But yes, guys, thank you for watching the video. Thanks for your support over the past year. And I hope that you can take some of these side hustles on board and come up with something new and fresh for 2022. Get a head start, make sure that you're ahead of the competition. And remember, I'm broke, baby.